I have finished my first draft. Wow, what a beautiful sentence that is, right? I have finished my first draft. That's amazing. Now that's exactly what you should be aiming for, finishing a first draft. And it doesn't matter how bad you think your first draft is or how incomplete it seemed at first, it doesn't matter, because having a first draft is a huge accomplishment and you should be very proud of it. Because having the first draft will ultimately lead to having the final script in your hands. You know, the script that you're going to push into production, that script that will end up being a movie, written and probably directed by you. So that's very exciting stuff. So let's keep pushing forward, because now it's all about making your script as good as it can be. So here are a few tips. Before you give the script to anybody else to read, you should be your own judge first. Take your script and read it from the beginning to the end in one sitting. And then you ask yourself some general questions, you know, some big picture questions. I mean, was it interesting? Did the story nicely flow? Or did you think some parts were rather boring or slow moving? Or did you think anything was missing? So ask yourself as many questions as you can and then write down your thoughts. And after that, you go back and make those improvements. And then we can dive deeper into the script. Now take a look at your action descriptions. Are the descriptions as clear and as short as possible? Or could they be even shorter? Do they slow down the read? Or are they indeed pithy with all the information needed? Take a closer look. If you're satisfied, good. If not, go back and rewrite. Okay, so now take a look at every single scene of your screenplay and determine its purpose. Because every scene needs to have a purpose. The scene needs to reveal information about the character or information about the story. And most importantly, it needs to move the story forward, always. Now, if you take a look at all your scenes and you find a scene that serves only a little purpose, keep looking, because you might be able to take another scene and combine those two scenes and make one scene out of it. You know, a better scene, a stronger scene that is loaded with more information. So you might have to go back and look at your wall with all those index cards. That can be very helpful. But whatever it takes, rewrite it and make it better. Now take a look at your dialogue. Is your dialogue snappy? Does it come across realistic? Is it purposeful? Could the dialogue be more clear or even shorter? Do your characters at least talk a little bit different? So examine your dialogue. If you like it, good, move on. If not, go back and make it better. Examine your script and determine if the stakes of your character and the stakes of the entire story are high enough. If not, you might want to consider raising the stakes, because you can almost always raise the stakes. For example, if someone commits a hit and run, that's bad enough. But if somebody gets injured in this hit and run, now that's worse and the stakes go up. Now, if somebody would die, the stakes really go through the roof now. And if the person who dies happens to be a pregnant woman and the baby dies too, now the stakes are off the charts. So as you can see, you can almost always raise the stakes. So go back and look at your story. If you think the stakes could be higher, make those changes, make it better. Okay, so once you have done enough rewrites, and I know at this point you're getting a little bit tired of your own screenplay, but that's normal. But once you feel comfortable, you should pass on your script to a few friends of yours, ask them to read it and to give you some honest feedback. And you just listen with an open mind and see what they have to say. That can be a very helpful exercise. And of course, you don't have to take all of their suggestions, You just take whatever makes the most sense to you and whatever makes the script even better. Now, technically speaking, you should also give them a contract or send them at least an email telling them that the feedback they're providing is done voluntarily and won't result in some kind of co-written credit or something like that. But if you have cool friends, that shouldn't be a problem. Maybe it's something you can keep in mind for the future. But listen to what your friends have to say, take whatever makes sense, and make your script even better. So once you have a preliminary final draft in your hands, you might want to consider organizing a table read. Now, a table read is a fantastic opportunity to test your scripts. You just invite a few of your friends, hopefully they're actors, they would be much better. You know, you pick like one actor per role and maybe an extra person to read out the action descriptions. So you invite them, they all sit around the table, they have a hard copy of the script, and then they act it out. And this is such a great opportunity. You should probably even film this session, you know, with a video camera or at least the audio recording. But I tell you, once you see the dialogue being acted out and you see the dynamics between the characters, it's just amazing. Your script will come alive. And if there are some flaws, you will see it, you know, and you can make notes. And then after that, you open it up for discussion. Let the actors talk about their experience because they didn't know the script before. That's the first time they're reading it and experiencing it. So sometimes the feedback from those actors is just so valuable. It's amazing. You might walk away with some amazing ideas, and then you take the good stuff, you go back and you make your script the best it can be. And now you truly have a final draft, the script that will be pushed into production and made into a movie. This is exciting stuff, and you should be proud of it. So congratulations for having a final draft.